Welcome back to another episode of About That Track, where I am literally taking on every piece of wardrobe that I have. I actually like this setup right here. I like this setup right here. Yellow on red, on orange, on green in the background. All right, we're gonna go through track 4 from the very best of Ricky and Jane. This is called Black Magic Summer. And yeah, it kind of has like a Daft Punk type of like whoa, 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 whoa. But here we go. Starts off with people getting in the car. It was loud. There for quite some time. Now this is very characters. Being honest as I am, I'm over trying to understand. I found violence on my mind. Strange thing, it's been there for some time. And if I'm being honest as I am, I'm over trying to understand. It's somebody at the absolute like edge, done, gone, over with. There's no more conversations anymore. And so it really comes in the kind of context of like, who would be willing to burn down a city in the name of civil unrest? Oh, maybe this voice. So that's kind of who I'm like putting it after. And then it cuts into the, here comes the Daft Punk beat. Where, Back by demands. We'll get to that in a second. There's only one side of the badge that crime pays. Crime pays. You can do crime with a badge, right? And you can get paid. The city talk loud, but it can't lie straight. At some point, like, just elected officials, institutions, systems, cities, governments, whatever, when they lie, you will find it, and the lie can't lie straight. You have to retell the lie for it to work. Backed by demands, no campaign. There were 24 demands made at George Floyd Square. That's where George Floyd was murdered by the Minneapolis Police Department. Backed by demands, no campaign. So like civil unrest, it's like if I were civil unrest and I had a voice, I'm backed by demands, no campaign. And there's no need for me to campaign or have any money to do it or this is that and the third. Like, I'm just back because the people said so. Here I am. Here we go. Way! Blow up like the Speedway. Every single speedway in the city of Minneapolis blew up in 2020. Even the ones in like the rich neighborhoods, which made it very, very suspect of who's doing this? Is this for the insurance or not? And so like it's just, they won't flinch until the whole spot blows up like the Speedway. So people don't really do anything until they get pushed to do the right thing or they get put on blast. Like there's an airline that just treated a black man with like no respect, had him arrested by the FBI and law enforcement afterwards. And the only reason why the airline apologized is, guess why? It was publicized. They won't flinch unless the whole spot blow up like the Speedway. Okay. Tell you that the authors set sail and stood around on slave ships. All right, okay then. Bullets got no names, but who's getting paid to aim them? That's from a Nipsey Hussle line. This idea of bullets got no names, but who's getting paid to aim them? Yeah, they have no names. They can go anywhere, but who is actually getting paid to aim them? And then we go back to the thing I said before that, which was your grandmother told you the story of a villain with 1,000 faces, but never bothered to tell you that the authors set sail and steer around on slave ships. So the history books go to the authors of the history books are the people that did some horrendous things. So yes, you can hear the story of the villains. Oh, these people, that's such horrible things. But who wrote that story? Was it the person that was persecuting them? Who knows? But that's the idea. And there's a hero with 1,000 faces, I believe, is a book. And then I kind of had this idea of the villain with 1,000 faces. If you've really been paying attention to my music, you would have saw that the villain with 1,000 faces, or villain with 1,000 faces, is the title of a song from the last mixtape that I made called Edo. Mixtape is titled Edo. There's a track on there called Villain with a Thousand Faces. We continue on. Be kind and take care of. That's Chana Roseanne. Ooh. So we can be dangerous together. Cecil added this percussion in later on, but the song was constructed by Jake and I. But Cecil put the percussion in, and that, see, you hear the tambourine? Chicka, 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 chicka. Tambourine, boy, you gotta keep that in there. Damn, dog. Now this part is important because we wanted this instrumental piece right here, and we wanted something to kind of have like just like a anthemic, just like song piece. And Jake and I were making this song. I reached out to Cecil to make it. Cecil made it, and we were like, whoa. That's when I was like, hey. And then when Jake and I went our separate ways, I was like, hey, Cecil, what's up? You got any more of that you were cooking with? And he was like, come on through. So then we put the percussion to this video, and we were. We move on. Oh, Chana Roseanne is singing on the chorus. She, amazing singer, had not been doing live shows for like, I think almost over a year. And in 2021, November of 2021, first show back, her, I, and Louis Blaze all performed at the 331 Club. Amazing show. And everybody kind of got like their musical footing back. It was really dope. More instrumental chorus. Bam. To meet you, they already know my name. So I remember seeing somebody spray paint something in China when there were a lot of protests there. Ideas are bulletproof. You're in the wrong fight, my dear. You and all those guns couldn't kill an idea. And so it's, even though you can slay all the people, and again, this is speaking as like if civil unrest were to drop a verse, it's this idea that so very pleased to meet you. They already know my name. So this person that they're meeting is like, oh, you don't know who I am, but they all do. And some people are very familiar with civil unrest. Some people are not. So it's the so very pleased to meet you. And you and that whole army could still couldn't fight fear, I think is like one of the later lines, because it's, you can physically do all these things government-wise with an amalgam of violence, weapons, National Guard, blah, blah, blah. But if the people want to stay out there and they want to continue to protest, they will. So, yeah. Couldn't strike fear. Precinct. So the idea is like the mayor's got a new curfew, put on your black pants, mama, we gonna do that, dude. Whenever the mayor put out a curfew, we were like, oh, let's fucking go out there. Who gives a shit? Like, we're still gonna be out after 10. So they put in curfew saying, stay inside before 10 p.m. It sounded like something out of Terminator 1 and 2, dog. It was crazy. So something like RoboCop or Demolition Man, like, you have now crossed the line. You've gone too far. Go back, or, like, there's just a weird mechanical voiceover orders being barked out. It was strange. So that being said, Homeboy would like put in a new curfew. Folks would go out after it. The second half of that second verse, Pat Moses, the drummer that plays all the shows with me, was like, "Oh man, this sounds just like music." God, what's the Kanye West song? Not that don't kill me, will only make me stronger. I mean, so it has kind of a similar like rhythm to it as that. I get it, and he would always give me shit about that. I thought that was funny. So. Night moves on moves. So there's a local group called Night Moves. It's time to make some night moves on moves. Like we move and move. And like there were some protests that would like start in the dark, like very high risk. I think I did maybe one, but I think that was actually with a lot of people. It was like a caravan. But the idea is like, when you start, if you were in an action that, this is kind of the end of that song, because it has Chana singing again, and it has the last instrumental chorus riff. But if you were doing actions at night, like, they were very high risk. The probability of people getting arrested was really high, and people getting hurt was really high too. So you had to be really careful. So I mean, the Black Magic Summer, this kind of takes on the spirit of that, or what I knew of it, and some of the people that I may have known that did those actions. But that's Black Magic Summer, and for me, 2020 and 2021 were in my mind like a Black Magic Summer. And you just had like a lot of people out and a lot of community commiserating and coming together. Obviously not under the best circumstances, but still finding community amongst state-sanctioned violence, which I think in a lot of situations in life, you're trying to find the best case scenario in what could be a troubling or tough time. And that for me is like life in general. It's just, you're making the best of what you have, and you're doing what you can with what's been given to you. And so, all that being said, that's really what Black Magic Summer is about. And the idea of it was to make it like a upbeat, like bop, you know? We have yet to make a music video for it, and I think at some point I want to do something, but I don't know what it would look like. But here we are. We'll do something someday. Thank you so much for listening to About That Track. If you're a patron, man, thank you so much. Patreon.com/Toussaint Morrison. Love y'all. We'll see you in the next video.